there's a bunch of different orders we could do this. You want to do like the small ones first and then the phones after?
I think so.
Retention.
But I wouldn't even say that they're necessarily small.
Okay.
Because the AirPods Pro 3, I did get to try at the event.
All right, let's start there.
They are smaller than the
Sounded
iPhone.
amazing. They are smaller than the iPhone.
They are.
They're not as thin as the iPhone Air, which we'll get
True.
into later. Yeah, let's start with AirPods Pro 3. I think. So obviously we had AirPods Pro 2 for a very long period of time, and they finally introduced the 3, which I don't think anyone was really expecting. Maybe a smaller case. But
I thought you were expecting them.
Well, we were expecting like a slightly smaller case for AirPods.
Okay.
We didn't know whether or not they were actually going to be like redesigned in any given way, but they are actually quite redesigned. I mean, they look mostly the same, but the shape of the bulb is actually quite different.
Yeah.
And the way that it fits in your ear is also different. And, you know, every single year that they go through this whole thing where they say, we measured and scanned 10,000 people's ears. And I'm like, damn, every year people's ears are changing size, apparently. But one of the biggest things probably is that they now have this, like, they have a new ear tip that's a hybrid foam design.
Yeah.
So it has foam on the inside, but it still uses the silicone on the outside,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting. And obviously that should be helping with sound isolation. They quote 2x better ANC over AirPods Pro 2.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Because AirPods Pro 2 have quite good ANC, I would say.
Yeah. Well,
For earbuds,
I don't know.
I think they're pretty good.
I've been using the Bose a lot, and they're just like not really comparable.
Sure.
Yeah, but also I believe, and Ellis can kind of like fact check this, but I believe that sound is like logarithmic, right? So like a 2x increase in ANC, wouldn't that just be like 3 dB?
Oh man, here goes our timer's ticking right now.
Well, it's like it's
like perceived loudness.
Well, they could have meant like so. Oh man,
You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm sorry.
If they meant 2 times the frequency bandwidth, ANC is really hard to do on high frequencies. So maybe they meant that you can go twice as high, and there's plenty of ways that could work. But yeah, like sound, like the way you measure all energy is on a logarithmic scale. So if they meant 2 times as much volume of noise canceling, that would be 3 dB, which it's like
something.
It's something.
Yeah.
It's something. I would say it's like something that probably like 50% of people would be able to notice.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what they meant.
Well, they said that they had like also increased AI algorithms to like, know the noise around you and try to cancel that out.
Yeah.
And I had my AirPods Pro 2 with me, and they had demo units of the AirPods Pro 3. It was actually very funny. They walked around with this little
heard about
case
that. Yeah, we heard.
that kind of looked like chocolates.
Like hors d'oeuvres.
Every
Yeah,
time
hors
I order
d'oeuvres.
AirPods, they do this.
Did
But
you
I
take
guess-
one?
Yeah, I took one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, they do that though so they can clean the ear tips, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
then not
yeah.
everyone's
They swap
sharing
out
them
the
on it.
tips.
But it is funny to think about, like, passing hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah. I had my AirPods Pro 2 with me, and so I was able to do like a direct comparison between mine and the 3.
Yeah.
And the 3, I would say the biggest thing was that it was able to actually hear the noise around it and cancel it out much more evenly. Because I put mine in, and the ANC was like fighting, trying to understand the noise around me because there's all these voices and it was so loud, and I was playing music, and it just couldn't cancel everything out clearly. Whereas you put the 3 in, and they've got the different design bulbs, so they sit differently in your ear and they're tighter in your ear, but everything just kind of goes like whoosh,
Yeah.
and it was surprisingly good.
It seems like that's going to be the, we can get into the other features, but the most noticeable thing, the better cancellation plus the better tips should help them fit in your ear better. Plus the angle that they go into your ear is a little bit different.
It's
so
more
all these
into your
things,
canal,
combined should help them sound better, especially with ANC on.
Yeah.
There's a couple other things too.
Yeah.
IP57 for the first time. I kind of actually thought they already had an IP rating, but IP57 for the first time in AirPods Pro 3, and the case is also sweat resistant, so if you sweat a lot, rest assured. And then also a heart rate sensor.
Yeah.
So we just saw this in the Powerbeats Pro. This is slightly different because the sensor's smaller and the buds themselves are smaller, but same idea, which is if you don't have something else measuring your heart rate and you want to do a workout and measure your heart rate, the earbuds will be your heart rate monitor, which I don't know how accurate that is, but it seems like if you have both a watch and the headphones, it will pick whichever one is most accurate at that time. It doesn't tell you which one you're using, but
I believe it uses like both together and then sort of takes like a net
probably
average.
some algorithmic magic, yeah.
I also, my kind of theory, and Apple's not doing a ring, so it doesn't fit with just Apple, but I feel like more heart rate sensors in other places are so people can start wearing normal watches again. I think there's a lot of watch fans out there.
Let's go.
Like Adam over there, who want to wear the like watch collection, but still want to be able to track certain.
Yeah,
health
just give me like a
metrics.
Whoop thing in a trail loop.
Well, I mean, now if you're running in your headphones, you can still get all your heart
Right.
rate information and wear your normal watch.
Yeah, but if it's anything like, I think it was the Beats that did this, wasn't it? That had the heart rate sensor in it. People were testing it between the headphones and the watch, and it's like, I'd rather use the watch. It's not like the Beats were like terrible or anything. It's just the watch was more accurate.
Yeah.
Do we know if it's more accurate?
Well, people were wearing like chest straps and
okay.
multiple watches and running and using the chest strap as the default and then comparing all of them.
This is the thing, and this is me not really knowing that much about it, but I feel like the watch has so many generations to improve and get more accurate and calibrate. Even though the back of the wrist isn't the best place to measure your heart rate, they've gotten it pretty good over the years, and I suspect that this will also get better over the years. But as of right now, it's just like you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have it.
Yeah. They have these
So-
two little windows on the AirPods now that basically shine infrared light like into your like ear area.
Yep.
And it measures 256 times a second to measure light absorption in your blood flow.
I think they've had those forever because the skin detection has been
think that's
optical
what-
since I want to say the first Pros, but
Was it not them that we were testing like what objects inside the office would trick it as skin
yeah.
and the
there were almost no objects in our studio that we could fool it with skin, like even like leather or like other organic materials. There was like a handful of like silicone-y sort of things that we could fool it into thinking was skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, the optical stuff is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have increased battery life now. So 8 hours of ANC versus the previous 6. They made a big deal about saying you can now do a transatlantic flight.
Yeah.
So you can fly from New York to California and not have your AirPods tie.
Nope. Wait, that's not transatlantic.
New York to... It sounds like a lot of Apple employees do the New York to London flight, and they just want it to be
Isn't
able
that
to
like
get
5.5 hours?
It's probably a little longer than trans-American flight.
Oh, you're right. Transatlantic, transcontinental.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's nice.
I mean, now 8 hours can do New York to San Francisco.
And back.
What?
What?
no. I wish we got back in 2 hours tomorrow.
I mean,
tonight.
if you wait while you're taking off, and
We
then-
don't understand planes on this podcast. How do planes stay up?
Yeah,
for an hour.
Shareholder value. We've established this.
On top of that, it's also 10 hours on a single charge with transparency mode, which
Yeah.
is 4 more than previously.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to everyone on a flight across twice,
Nice.
then you can do that.
Then you got it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. The price stays the same. So overall, it looks like a pretty solid update. There's also a new live translation feature. It is not an AirPods 3 exclusive.
Yeah.
It is a H2 dependent, but they are claiming to be able to do live translation with
Marques
powered
is
by
looking
Apple Intelligence.
directly at me. He's looking dead into my soul.
Just
right
curious
now.
if anyone has any thoughts about that.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
It was a really quick demo. It felt
Yeah.
sandwiched between like an IP rating and a silicone tip
What I will
announcement,
say-
which felt really
Yeah.
quick.
As cringy as Google's event was with the Jimmy Fallon experience, blah blah whatever, them doing that live translation demo like for an audience that was there was much more technically challenging than Apple just showing us a video of it working. Because how many times have we seen a demo of an Apple
Still
Intelligence
looking
feature?
dead into my eyes.
No. This is I'm talking about like Apple
Yeah.
doing a video about an Apple Intelligence feature and showing it to us and being like, "See, trust us, it'll work."
Yeah.
Versus a live demo.
Also, the video of it working, Apple really still has not gotten that natural voice down on the like Siri and the translation stuff. Like
Yeah.
Google has this very sort of natural tone and like cadence to the translation features. But when it showed it on the video, the Apple video, it sounded very robotic.
Like Robo Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes a while. I don't know how they're measuring live because, you know, you finish your sentence, it's like beat, 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 and then it starts talking. And I know that's just waiting for you to finish talking, but if you're having a conversation like that, it's pretty slow paced.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we will definitely try it. This is a first gen. I mean, lots of these live translation things are first gen. We want to see if they work, but it does feel a little bit magical.
I need
when
a
they do
babble
work.
fish directly in my ears so that everything just comes out in English.
Well, new watches as well.
Watches.
Watch Series 11, Watch SE3,
Yeah.
and Ultra 3.
These are probably the least changed products of the entire
No, they're definitely the least changed
lineup.
products of
Yeah.
the whole lineup.
The watches never changed that much. I mean, last year we got a thinner watch with the Series 10.
The 10 like looked noticeably different than all
Yeah.
the other ones in
Yeah.
a cool way.
For sure. Yeah, it was much thinner and all that. But like Series 11, it's introducing features that are also coming to the older watches. So it's not that different. The main things on the Series 11 are they made the glass 2x as scratch resistant, just like they do for all the glass every single year.
Nice.
They added 5G connectivity if you want that for some reason.
Be slightly more efficient than the 4G.
Yeah. Probably the biggest upgrade, honestly, is that the battery life is now quoted at 24 hours instead of 18.
Yeah.
So that's, it can last you a full
Even
day.
more all day.
Yeah,
Even more all day.
all day.
All day. Exactly all day battery life.
Yeah.
Same price, $399.
Now that I'm thinking about it, every single product that we're talking about today got a bump up in battery life except for the one that's new, which is the
Well,
Air.
you can't bump up something that's new.
Right. I'm
It
just
has
saying
to start.
everything else got better battery. And then they were like, also, here's the Air.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Marques
We'll
is
get
trying
there.
to
We'll
just
get
skip
there.
all of our
No,
notes and
we'll
go
get there.
straight
We'll
to
get
there.
But I am like happy to see good battery stuff.
Yeah, that's
Always.
so that's most of the stuff in the Series 11. Next thing, Ultra 3. You now get the wide angle OLED that you got in the Series 10 on the Ultra 3.
Mm-hmm.
You now get satellite connectivity if you're out in the Alps and you break your leg.
Bigger display.
Yeah, okay, so they
Slightly.
said
Well-
this was confusing. 'cause
Smaller
like,
bezels,
Thinner
bigger
bezels.
display.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the Series 10, they had smaller bezels that made a bigger display, but they quoted the display as being physically larger. But I looked at all the specs, and the display is quoted as being the same size.
It's probably not more than 1/10 of an inch bigger. It's
That's
probably
crazy.
technically slightly larger, but not enough for them to write a different number. But yeah, I mean,
But
it's,
they will still say it's bigger.
yeah, they'll say it's bigger for the keynote, but let's
But
be real, the Ultra 3 is very similar. It actually also has a slight battery bump from a slightly larger physical capacity
Yeah.
battery inside, which again, thumbs up to that. They're rating it 42 hours.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And same price and everything, but yeah, otherwise basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, SE3 is actually probably the biggest watch update.
Wait, sorry. Can I go back on one thing?
Yes.
Is this difference in satellite connectivity this year that it was only emergency SOS before,
Yes.
and now it's adding things?
Now you
like,
can do like iMessage
messaging,
and Find
which is
My and
That's
stuff
cool.
Like that.
I think that
Wait,
is a pretty sweet
I
upgrade.
actually have a satellite iMessage story.
From someone we met yesterday.
No, from my own. From my
Oh.
get this. I have a life. It's sick. But no,
does.
We don't
It
exist
goes to a
outside of
different
this.
school.
yeah.
It's like seeing your teacher at the grocery store.
Someone very special to me was doing some hiking in
Oh,
sort of like the
thanks.
Kings. Yeah. But they were doing not Adam was doing Kings Canyon, hiking Kings Canyon a few weeks ago, and no service anywhere out there in the backcountry, and it was very, very nice to get like a once a day, just like, hey, still alive. This is what we did today. Blah blah blah. And it was also kind of fun to. This is going to sound crazy to have a character limit in your texts again. Like it
Oh,
really
yeah.
you wanted to like max it out, but because my phone belongs in a retirement home, after she got back to civilization and had service again, my phone would not believe that she was still not on satellite connectivity. And so every time I tried to send a text in just like normal life, I had the 400 or 500 character limit, and it wouldn't let me send pictures. And this is like for a week.
I know.
And the funniest part was every time I would send a text, it would be like, just so you know, this is a satellite text. Like it's going to go through that whole thing. It would try, the satellite would fail, and then it would just send as a normal
regular.
iMessage.
Yeah.
But if I tried to send a picture, it'd be like, yo, they're on satellite. Like nothing you can do,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of your phone, what's your battery life right now?
Ooh, Price is Right
Also,
rules.
the
Price is
new
Right
satellite
rules.
connectivity, you can do location also, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
on the
Find-
watch,
like Find
which was
My,
not
yeah.
available previously.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Guys, my phone has my phone has been unplugged for approximately 3 hours. What is my battery life?
45.
45?
47.
47?
48.
48? Damn, got to give me a little more credit than that, guys.
I think I was going to say 55, but
It's 54.
Moving over prices, right?
no, I would have lost. See,
Yeah,
that's
true.
why I did 48.
Nice.
Yeah, you actually did win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The SOS thing is free for the first 2 years.
For the first
right?
2 years, they also extended the emergency SOS from the original Ultra for another year for people. The,
Oh, nice.
The
Okay.
satellite,
Yeah.
satellite emergency.
Do they
stuff.
have pricing on what that's going to be?
No.
No,
Cool.
No.
no.
And I think there's
definitely not.
No one's at
some
the pay
Apple person like kicking that can down the road every
Yeah.
time it comes up to the end of the year. They're like,
Another one.
I don't like the way the headlines look with me like deciding saving your life is worth $29 a month or
Yeah,
something. So
yeah.
I'll just another year free.
Which, on the note of saving your life,
Oh man.
This montage at the beginning of the Apple Watch segment was the most you're gonna die if you don't have an Apple Watch that Apple's ever done.
I believe they used the phrase guardian angel at some point. Did they not?
I don't
I think I was like, I was watching the keynote. I was like, they do this every year. They're like, if you have the watch, you won't die. If you don't have the watch, you'll die. And they get a little bit more sappy every year. Oh, I fell. I was in a car crash or whatever. This one was just straight up like,
Yeah.
I had a stroke and here's the footage. And like and like all of these
That
like
was
really
crazy.
dramatic stories, which are very compelling, and they make people get the watches, and they do save lives. And one of these features with hypertension, it will save more lives.
Yeah.
But this video was they were the most leaned in I've ever seen.
But it is a nice departure in tone, because I don't know if you guys remember the cinematic for the first Watch Ultra like a few years ago.
Where
the message wasn't "this will save your life." It was like, you will die, your bones will be dust, your flesh will be incinerated, and your Watch Ultra will outlive you.
What was the one where there was like a bear?
inside the
I was just
cabin.
gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
No, it's so funny because
I like
for
that
all of these things, they reenact the situation.
Yeah.
And the bear one was the funniest one, where like a bear broke into a woman's home and she has to like hide in the other room, and they like
like in the
reenacted the whole
refrigerator.
thing.
Like Jurassic Park.
This
It
one was
crazy.
so weird. This one was
Bear
so
Park.
weird because they had like the guy had a stroke. He was like doing jumping jacks or something. They just falls on the ground.
Jumping rope. Hey, come on, man.
I
think that was
see Guardian
security.
Angel, by the way.
That was the guardian angel.
No, I do not see Guardian Angel.
They didn't say that?
No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
I'm imagining it.
Get wrecked.
Maybe.
They said something like that.
It was
and
accepted into your brain.
I remember pausing at a certain phrase that they used and being like, wow, they're all in on this.
They use the
particular
sad
angle.
music for hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay, but SE3, probably the biggest update to the Apple Watch, the lineup this year.
Yeah.
Because they basically made it almost as good as the Series 11. There's a chart that shows the differences between it and the Series 11, and it's not a lot of stuff.
It's like the slightly older design,
yeah,
but
very
you
slightly
still
older.
get always on display. It's still an OLED. It does the gesture response now. It has 5G. It has a new system on a chip. I think it's the S9.
It's
I believe
the S10 chip.
S10 now?
Yeah. It's
And
the
so-
same chip as the Series 11.
24 hours of battery as well. So
Yeah.
functionally, it's going to feel like all of the basics are there. And unless you want the like bleeding edge, brand new design, this is probably the one to get.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's cheap.
Yeah, it doesn't get quite as bright, but it has the stronger glass. It has fast charging now. It has like the double tap and wrist flick stuff.
Gestures, and you can play
Gestures.
media from speakers now.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Who wants that?
I love hearing that when I'm on a nice quiet hike and someone passes me.
Now, when you're on a
Peaking
run
music.
and your music goes, as your arms swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's still $249, right?
Yeah, $249. It's good. So we weren't correct in that it's plastic, because it's not plastic. They're just using the old aluminum design. But
Sure.
yeah, I think
Or I
that's going to
just
be
mean,
big for a lot of people.
Like the slightly less thin.
yeah, you don't get quite as thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one thing we missed on all of these: sleep score.
Oh, right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We have
Right.
sleep
So
score
there are
now.
two new features that are not specific to the new watches, but that are new. One of them is hypertension detection, possible hypertension detection. It's just looking at
Possible
your heart
hypertension
information, collecting data in a new way that may be able to alert you if you have signs consistent with hypertension, which is a very popular thing to have. So
I don't know if that's how I would describe it.
I love
Andrew,
hypertension.
high blood pressure is really in right now.
Yeah, I'm
You're
in.
not
I'm
wrong.
in.
You're not wrong.
My doctor said too.
But the other thing is so vogue. But the other thing is a sleep score. Yeah, it's fine. It never gave you a sleep score. It would tell you all about your sleep, but never just gave you a sleep score. Now they're going to give you a number 1 through 100, and they'll break it down in like duration, consistency, and one other factor. And you can get a like nice brief overview of like, how did I sleep? Oh, 94. Okay, nice. Like that was a good night. And that's new to the Apple Watch.
I just thought of that. They should add
sleep in
that to the
shambles.
rings and competitions, so we could be
Sleep better.
Because because all of us make the competition so toxic.
Can we
that
do
I know we're all
a sleep-
destroying our sleep also.
sleep
if it kept
competition?
better
if it
than y'all.
if it had the slept as a ring, then maybe we
Honestly,
would all be a little healthier.
A sleep ring would probably be better than the freaking standing ring. The standing ring
I think
is the most
standing ring.
annoying ring.
It's annoying, but
Well,
you should stand
The
up for it.
activity
I-
ring, to be clear, is to encourage you while you're awake to have some sort of activity,
Yeah.
like standing and moving around.
Yeah.
When you sleep,
sleep ring.
you just want the best factors for your sleep, the most consistent going to sleep time, and maybe some sort of sleep hygiene, bedtime routine type thing so you get better sleep.
Yeah.
and this may help you think about that more.
Yeah.
I think it should be based on time slept, so I can double the ring.
You have a.
I have a daughter. That's not working.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I've been sleeping on her floor lately. That would have a terrible sleep.
Apple is definitely seeing all of the high popularity of all these smart rings and different wearables that people have been getting into recently, like Aura Ring. There's a whole ecosystem developing on smart rings right now.
Yep.
And that was also a reaction to people not wanting to have to wear smartwatches. But I think Apple is like, well, we don't want you to have to, wear a ring. You could just wear the watch. You could just wear the watch.
Yeah. I would really like to not wear a smartwatch all the time.
Hey, join us. Join
But
us.
I do.
Wait, do you want to wear a
But
real
I
watch?
do.
You don't have to.
No, I do. I mean, I would like to close my rings every day, measure all my activity,
that ain't
and
happening.
know everything about my own health and get a sleep score, but not have to wear this.
A Whoop on a trail.
You can just always wear AirPods.
How about
Well, a Whoop is basically it's smaller, but it's the same.
Yeah, but it's no
functionally the same
display.
thing.
So
I would like to. I mean, like a ring or something even
Oh.
smaller, where I'm not like this thing is
Is this the birth of Rolly Marquez?
not quite. I mean, I'm still gonna wear it. Like I've worn this thing like every day, but that I do think about that sometimes.
AP Marquez.
the
More of a
move
Seiko
is just
guy.
to like, if you feel bad, do things that make you feel good, and then not worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that an a fortune cookie?
I just saying.
It is validating sometimes though to get up and feel like garbage and then look at your sleep score and be like, I knew it.
I will say
No, but it's the opposite. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
No, the
go.
gamification of like the 8 sleep score thing is actually quite fun.
It's
I will
fun,
say.
but it can work the opposite way. I found with like Garmin body batteries sometimes, like I think I slept great, and then it's like 37% to start the day. I was like,
Then it
no,
makes you feel bad.
now it told me I feel bad, and now I
that's-
feel bad. And
Start feeling bad.
I would
It
want
controls
the, other
it
way
in the
around.
computer.
That's like the worst possible version. I would want it
Yeah.
where like I get up and I'm like, I think I don't feel that great, and then I see a 95 and I'm like, oh, I'm good.
I need
That
one
would be
that just
nice.
placebos me every day.
Yeah, placebo.
without
Just tell me I got a 95.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. If you haven't already noticed, we're in a bit of a special scene/location recording, but there's much more where this came from and much more following. So if you haven't already, get subscribed to see more. See you soon.